So it's more justified to be sexist towards men, is what you're saying.
I'm not saying it's justified. I'm saying that it's not going to make an actual impact. Like,
of course it makes an impact.
So I can't frame it in a short sentence because there's men's issues that need to be addressed. But yes, it's not going to impact men as much as sexism towards women is going to impact women. It's just not.
I entirely disavow that. But
erroneous.
If you look at most of life's negative consequences, they typically fall upon men. So I think men.
I believe there's a lot of men. There's a men's issues, and I fully believe that should be addressed. But
okay, sure.
I'm not seeing it ever be addressed, and I can't just like answer for both sides how I want to in a short little black and white like statement. So I'm not going to do that.
Okay, well, I disagree with you that the sexism that manifests against or towards men is somehow not as impactful as the sexism that manifests towards women.
Sexism it manifests in many different ways.
Sure.
So are you afraid to like look back when you're walking down the street?
Are you afraid
to do that?
Speaking of that, the reality is,
I know men can be.
If you're going to ask me a question and I start talking, you be quiet while I'm answering. Okay. When it comes to the threat of physical violence, men are more likely to be victims of violent crime. And as somebody who has been...
By who?
That's victim blaming. As somebody who has been physically assaulted...
No, by who? What gender is more likely to assault the men?
That's victim blaming.
Men are... I'm victim blaming because men are more likely to assault...
Sure. That's totally
towards other men.
A very, very, very small proportion of men. A very small proportion of men. In any case, the gender of the perpetrator does nothing to diminish the fact that somebody has been victimized.
I'm not saying you're reframing my words in a way that I do not want to be.
But it's a fallacious argument to say, because I've just pointed out, well, men are more likely to be victims of violent crime, and you're saying, well, by
other
who?
men.
But
I'm saying by which gender. I should have said which gender.
That does nothing to refute my point.
Okay.
You just saying if they happen to be XYZ, it does nothing to refute the point that men are more likely to be victims of violent crime.
I don't believe men are more likely to be victims of violent crime, but I do believe it.
They are.
I do, but it's by other men.
Show it.
It's by other men.
Well, that's irrelevant because that's victim blaming.
How is that victim blaming?
Because the gender of the perpetrator doesn't diminish the fact that somebody has just been victimized.
I didn't say diminished it. I'm saying.
But what
men? You know what? You're not. There's
I'm not
gonna
twisting anything.
You're saying that I'm victim blaming because I said that men are the ones that are perpetrating the violence towards other men. Like there are women. There are cases of of course women women. Hold on, let me take a breath because there are women who are perpetrators as well. But you're saying it's more likely that men are going to be a victim of violence.
The two can be.
And you also have said in the past on this podcast that men are more aggressive testosterone. So it's men. Yes, you did. Well, I'm sorry, I can't correlate.
Go ahead. You don't need to be meta. Just say your point.
But that's my point. I'm just saying that.
What I would point out, it's a very, very small proportion of men who are violently inclined. The point I was contending was you said that, oh, Brian, are you ever scared of having to look over your shoulder? Yeah. And I pointed out that actually the reality is, despite the fact that women might feel more vulnerable or might feel less safe, doesn't actually mean that they actually.
Feeling.
Yo, you need to stop fucking interrupting, please. Let me finish my point.
Okay, you know what?
No, let me finish my. No, but you've been interrupting.
I feel like it's a conversation.
Yeah, but let me finish my points. I let you speak.
Okay.
Stop interrupting, please. Just because you might feel more unsafe doesn't mean that in actuality you actually are more unsafe than men are.
You guys literally went on a tangent for almost an hour about how much stronger men are compared to women. So I'm not understanding why you're saying that women are not meant to be afraid of being perpetrated by a male.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
You didn't
but
say that, but you implied it.
I did not imply
Okay.
it either. But what I'm saying is the reality is, and if you look at crime statistics, men are more likely to be victims of violent crime. And you sat there saying,
By which gender?
By
Which
males.
gender is committing
that's-
those
By
violent crimes
other men.
against them?
By other men.
But what he's saying is that that's a non sequitur. So if it,
so it doesn't matter that
No,
that's a
no,
thing.
No, he didn't say it doesn't matter. It's a non sequitur, which means that it doesn't follow that that matters. So why does it follow that it matters that that's true?
Because I was saying that women are scared, like women are just scared of different, like small things that men will not think about, are not going to have in the back of their minds.
as
So-
somebody who's been physically assaulted, yes, I am very aware of, like, if I go outside,
And
that I
this-
could be physically assaulted.
it's completely
That's not
valid.
just a woman thing. Women will frequently argue, you don't have to be worried about going out at night and getting jumped. Actually, yes, men do.
Are you saying that you're weak?
Oh my gosh! I think we
This
should.
is so
I think
bad
we should
faith.
move on, dude.
This is, what do you mean weak? If three men want to mug me,
This is
Here.
First off, we're way past the scope of the subject of the podcast. You guys could go back and forth about this for
Okay,
another hour.
I could just leave.
Stop. No, you
I could
don't
just
have to
leave
leave.
Honestly, it
because-
might-
Stop.
be a better
You don't have to
idea.
leave. You don't have to leave. What I do want to do, though, is
Because you're saying I'm interrupting, and I'm just like trying
Well,
to bounce
you
off
are
conversation.
interrupting.
I
but
think
I
you
also
want me
think,
to.
to be quite frank, I think that this is bad content, and also like
Oh, it's
yes, this argument
Stop.
is
Just-
not. It's not a good argument, and it's beyond the scope of the
because it doesn't make
podcast.
me look stupid.
I'm not saying it's because it
hold
doesn't
on.
make you look
I-
stupid.
hold on. Just hang tight for one
Can
sec.
I take a I need to take a.
I want you to
break.
just hang tight for one sec. We'll slow down a little bit. Okay. We were mentioning, and then I'm going
Damn.
mute this girl's.
bad
Okay.
content and then a $500 donation.
Was that
I'm
mic-
not getting
mic
paid.
mute?
I could
Was that a
leave.
mic mute?
Just hang tight for a sec. Okay, I'll come back to that. Here, let me see here. We have.
Did you want to ask the other girls at the table? That
Yeah, I have some. Which question?
What was it? It was. Are you a victim of sexism or can
Oh,
Can women be
Can
sexist
women be
towards men?
sexist? Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead.
I believe that anyone holds the inherent ability to be discriminated upon.
Okay. Can women be sexist towards men?
Yes, because I expect there are things that roles made solely for men, and there are things that I expect from a man solely because he's a man. So yes.
Okay. Would you call that sexist?
Yeah.
Is it okay, though?
I am sexist. Yeah.
Yeah.
I expect men to do certain things because they're a man. That's okay. I think that's.
reasonable.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I think that we can be sexist towards men. I also think that the term is used way too loosely these days, and I also think that stereotypes are true. That's why they're stereotypes.
Real.
Yeah, of course. Of course
Yeah.
they can.
And then
Okay.
I'm not going to linger on this one. It's related to that question. Can you be racist towards white people?
I personally don't agree, but that's mostly because, like.
Don't
what it-
agree with what?
That, like, a white person can be.
Into the mic, please.
A white person can be racist. Someone can be racist to a white person. I don't really.
You don't think?
I mean, maybe they can, but anything somebody has ever said to me about me being white, I don't care.
Okay.
It doesn't mean anything.
No, someone cannot be racist towards a white person.
Okay.
Can I pause
Can you answer the question?
that word?
Just answer the question, please.
Just absolutely the yeah down.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. That was made in my bad.
Like as I stated before, I feel like everyone holds the inherent ability to be discriminated upon.
We don't need to linger too long. Go
okay.
ahead. Well, yes, no.
It's yes.
Okay.
It's a yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, absolutely. This is crazy. This is taking so long.